Sounds good. Do you want me standing? Do you want me staying sitting?
Uh, Sitting is fine. I'm looking for expressions. Unfortunately, my producer wasn't able to make it, so I'm gonna have to be doing the lines with you.
Okay.
Um, but I've been doing this for like half of the day now, so I think I got some of the lines down.
Okay.
Um,
Perfect. Sounds good.
Either way, I already have the recording, so
Perfect.
I could always just look back for facial expressions. So
Yeah.
let me know whenever you're ready, and I'll start us off with Romina's line of "What are you doing here?"
Okay. All right. Um, are you gonna? Sorry, just real quick. Are you gonna read through the like when she walks back, or should I just go right into everything? Because
Uh,
like, should I just continue? Like the you weren't gonna tell me after my first line.
yeah, I'm just gonna read. We're gonna start from "What are you doing here?" and then you
Right.
can say Luke's line, and then we're just
Right.
gonna go over. We're gonna gloss over the action part and go on
Okay.
to the dialogue.
Go right into the dialogue.
Okay.
Okay. Just wanted to double check so that I
hmm
wasn't like pausing and you were like,
No,
"What are
no,
you
no
doing?"
problem. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Perfect. All right. We can go whenever
okay.
you're ready.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. Do you think we have anything else to discuss before I take off tomorrow forever? You weren't gonna tell me?
It was just a fling.
Still, it's shit. Oh fuck.
If you want, you could look at the lines,
Okay.
at the script. I've had actors just read off the script to, go do the up and down thing. It's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Again, it's my first time doing this, so it's like a little
Yeah, no
anxiety.
problem.
You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Okay, all right. You want to start over?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. You think we have anything else to discuss before I take off again tomorrow forever? You weren't gonna tell me?
It was just a fling.
Still, it's common courtesy, might even be the law.
I haven't heard from you in a year.
I know it. It's not because I haven't thought about you.
I haven't been waiting to hear from you or anything.
What's his name?
Jason. I'm going to school nights now.
Good for you.
I don't have a lot of time for anything except Jason and school and work and my boyfriend.
Great. Sounds like you got everything you need.
All right. So, upon your first reading, what really jumped out at you about Luke?
Um, what jumped out was he was well, from what I thought, obviously, from when I first read it,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that like he wasn't aggressive, but he was angry. He felt like he had a right to know what was going on, and he felt lied to and like cheated out of the truth, I guess you could say. And he felt like he could trust this person, and he was wrong.
Do you think, just from this one scene, do you think that Luke has often felt cheated before? Do you think that this isn't the first time that he's been
Oh, I
cheated?
don't. Yeah, I don't think this is the first time, being that he's so comfortable storming into her work.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's done this before, so he feels like he might as well tear off the band-aid whenever he finds out that there's a problem. Doesn't seem like he waited when he found out.
Yeah, and I'm just curious to I'm right now what I'm doing in rehearsal mode is picking your
Yeah,
brain about the
yeah,
character. So,
yeah, for sure.
what do you think Luke feels about Jason, about the whole? Well, first of all, his kid has been hidden away from him for a year.
Right, exactly. He has.
So, yeah.
I feel like he wants to know his own son. I feel like because he wouldn't have come into her own work if he didn't, and he feels like he has a right to know his own son.
With his own son, what exactly do you think he sees in that he has a son? Any
That he has.
responsibilities? What kinds of ideas are probably attached to that one to the fact that he has a son now.
Um, hmm, I don't. I'm not so sure because I feel like just after reading this, he has a tendency of coming and going into people's lives, and I feel like yes, he found out that he has a son, but it's not going to stop him from leaving. I feel like he's been let down so many times that this will just turn into another letdown, and he would have wanted to know sooner in his life or in the pregnancy per se.
So, do you have any ideas for how you would want to approach this character now with this sort of like just talk about this character? So, take everything that we've just discussed, the
Right,
emotions associated with him,
right,
what he just learned,
right.
this whole situation. Do you have any ideas of how you would do the character now with this knowledge?
I feel like this is such this is like one of the biggest things he's had in life and has been like lied to about. So I feel like he's broken. Like he's completely like numb at this point, and he's been betrayed. So he doesn't know necessarily how to feel because he's obviously been betrayed before, but now this is like something bigger. So just he's almost like sad and angry and wants to break down, but also just wants to yell at her. Like that's how I feel like the character is in this scene. Like it's a tug of war in his own brain as to when you hear the crackle in the back of his throat and when you hear him get more angry towards her.
Yeah, that's actually very well said. Again, with the questions, how would you describe the sort of like the energy level? I know you said tug of war. Is there any? Can we even put a energy level to that state?
I feel like it's almost like I feel like this is like a roller coaster of feelings that are going across in such a short amount of time. Uh, so that's how I feel like it would be portrayed. There and from her, it's almost like she feels nothing because she's so short with her responses back. It's almost like she knew this day was coming and didn't really care per se, and she just like I feel like he's the one like bringing out all the emotions. But she can't handle it right now because she's working. So she can't like break down. She can't show all of this emotion. She can't tell him she loves him or she wants him to be a part of the life of the kid. She doesn't have that time or energy at this moment. So she can't show emotion. She just has to be
All right.
monotone.
Okay, so taking that idea, I would love to do another reading with you. Actually, there might be like more readings after this just because
Yeah,
it's rehearsal, so I might like aid you in another direction for a
yeah.
certain line of dialogue, but we're going to go over this just cuz it's such a short scene. It goes by so quickly.
So fast. Yeah, yeah, of
Um
course.
with what you just said and keeping this all in mind, just let it flow out the in the reading, and we'll see
Okay.
like what we get from that, from like the new
Okay.
reading that we have now.
Yeah,
So let me know whenever you're ready and I'll start.
let's do it.
All right. What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. You think we have anything else to discuss before I take off again tomorrow? Forever? You weren't gonna tell me?
It was just a fling.
It's common courtesy, might even be the law.
I haven't heard from you in a year.
I know. It's not because I haven't thought about you.
I haven't been waiting to hear from you or anything.
What's his name?
Jason. I'm going to night schools now. School nights now.
Good for you.
I don't have a lot of time for anything except Jason and school and work and my boyfriend.
Great. Sounds like you got everything you need.
All right. So, just in because I don't have my producer next to me taking notes,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
That's gotta suck. I am so sorry.
yeah, no, it's availability issues.
I know.
Because
Yeah, no,
I don't know, this is like a college project basically.
yeah.
So, she's probably in class right now. So what I get is I get like a little like high rise, which I know you're probably getting because of how you mentioned that he's going through a roller coaster of emotions. So if I
Yeah.
were to sort of see it, it's like he's going up and up and up and up, and then he finally goes down. Like he kind of goes back to his shell. Um, Obviously, performance has to do a lot with
Right.
uh, voice, pronunciation, saying words bigger than others.
Right.
So, I see that you put a lot of emphasis on his last line of great. Sounds like you got everything you need.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if if we could approach what you mentioned about him feeling sad and how he sort of just wants to break down, but he's still like you said that he wants to break down basically, that he wants to
Right.
fight, well, not fight her, but he kind of like wants to fight for his son, but he also
Yeah.
wants to break down because there's so many things going at him.
Right.
I was wondering if how it would sound if we sort of like toned down the emphasis of the
Okay.
you need.
Okay.
So, letting it be natural and
Okay.
really trying to aim for the like showing that inner turmoil inside of him,
Okay.
that obviously you can do a roller coaster of emotions, but seeing how it looks like in a different, perhaps you might want to emphasize another word, or
Right.
just reading off the page,
Yeah.
if there is like another way that you can do it, how it would be with the
Okay.
not with the things that we've discussed before.
Yeah. Do you want to go through it again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole thing, if you don't mind.
Sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna close my blind real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Just get into my eyes a little bit.
Okay. What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. You think we have anything else to discuss before I take off again tomorrow forever? You weren't gonna tell me?
It was just a fling.
Still, it's common courtesy. Might even be the law.
I haven't heard from you in a year.
I know. It's not because I haven't thought about you.
I haven't been waiting to hear from you or anything.
What's his name?
Jason, I'm going to school nights now.
Good for you.
I don't have a lot of time for anything except Jason and school and work and my boyfriend.
Great. Sounds like you got everything you need.
All right. So, in obviously you've read for the scene. Do you have any suggestions for how? Actually, let me take it back. Were there any? Um, was there any moments in the scene that jumped out at you?
In the like.
I mean,
What do
any
you mean?
moment, yeah, any sort of lines of your character that jumped out at you?
I feel like um the I don't know, that one, and the still it's common courtesy might even be the law. Those are probably the two most powerful like lines I feel. You weren't gonna tell me is another good one, but
Mm-hmm.
we've already kind of like shown that he knows something in the first line. So though you weren't gonna tell me is kind of just like adding on to it. But I feel like the still it's common courtesy might even be the law. Those are like that's like one of the most powerful lines just because he's most likely getting angry about it.
Why do you think that he says? Um, I personally, from like a person, just being a
Yeah.
person, I understand the line of common courtesy. Why do you think he brings the law into it?
Um because I mean they had a child together, so for one, I mean like child support and all that stuff like it that is part of the law. But I don't know. He could be some kind of like um, he could be in the government somehow, working for the police. He could have been in like the army, and that's why he's bringing something like that up, just because he's um, more towards like government like sense. I guess I don't know. That's probably my biggest guess.
All right. So I feel like I'm wondering how this would look like if he was more on the cusp of breaking down.
Okay, and not
Not
angry.
necessarily like emotional, like wanting to cry.
Yeah.
Um, with what we've talked about, Luke's character, and you mentioning the the feeling that he wants to break down, how do you think a character like Luke would approach breaking down?
Um, I feel like he would probably destroy a few things before he broke down, because that's just his life. I mean, it started. I feel like it's always been his life where he's always been let down and he's always had his feelings crushed, or just things have happened in his life, abandonment, abuse, whatever it is, where he's always just gotten the shit end of the stick, and he's taken out his abuse, or I mean not abuse, but he's taken out his mental state on either objects or people. And being that this is Rowena and it's the mother of his child, and they've obviously had a relationship, probably loved each other, he can't just go and take a swing at her.
Yeah.
Like that's just not him either. Like he wouldn't do that. But he's definitely going to take it out on something else before he just crumbles.
Yes. I think that makes perfect sense. Obviously, hitting the mother of your child wouldn't be a good. It's not a good
Yeah.
thing. Period. But now with what we've like discussed and how we get a sense of how he would approach a breakdown, we're just gonna do one final reading because
Okay.
I have a thing at 5, another
That's okay.
audition at 5. So
Yeah.
the last reading, I don't know if you want to take a minute or so, but just to rehash, we're gonna try this again, but with him nearing a breakdown and how he would approach a breakdown. So whenever you're ready. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. You think we have anything else to discuss before I take off again tomorrow? You weren't gonna tell me?
It was just a fling.
Still, it's common courtesy, might even be the law.
I haven't heard from you in a year.
I know. It's not cause I haven't thought about you.
I haven't been waiting to hear from you or anything.
What's his name?
Jason. I'm going to school nights now.
Good for you.
I don't have a lot of time for anything except Jason and school and work and my boyfriend.
Great. Sounds like you got everything you need.
Okay, that was actually quite wonderful. I really enjoyed that last
Yeah.
performance.